I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to another iteration of the My Hero Academia Manga Chapter Reads. We have the latest chapter 374 here, and I'm here with Mark.
Hi.
And Mark, there's something that we always do before every new manga chapter, and what would that be?
Recap episode!
Yes, the recap episode. With 374, y'all remember that was a really sick cover for the chapter over there with what was it, Shirakumo and Kurogiri, and I was trying to think of the fusion name, Shiragiri. What happened last time was that we were starting to see the sides kind of shift over. That pig guy was holding back one of the attacks. It's like, I think we're going a little too far on this now. And it's starting to.
Hey, yo, man, I think we might be taking it a little too far.
Yeah, so I think everyone's finally calmed down a bit, and then we literally go over to present Mike, who's absolutely like shouting at Spinner to a point where like his quirk finally like deactivates. He sees the hand of one of Shigaraki's like old hands, and grabs it to have it touch Kurogiri to wake him up. Looks like Present Mike screams over at Kurogiri, saying Shirakumo to see what happened, and Kurogiri wakes up as Kurogiri, or so it seems, based on what he said. He says, "I am all of me. I am the protector of Tomura Shigaraki." And that's your quick recap. We will now jump into.
He didn't actually say he is all of him, just letting you know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I kind of wanted to like insert that. I am. Go ahead and try to see through me. Do it if you dare. Dare. One step forward. All right. So chapter 374.
He's like, okay, I've had my fun.
Do it. Do it. So we start on the first page of 374. We get a closer look at Present Mike. He's definitely concerned, so much so that you can see just like the linings on his headphones.
Even the headphone linings
are intense. But you see actually Kurogiri, his hands raised. You can actually see the bare hand. This might be a shading thing, but it does look kind of gross.
It looks like his pupils are disappearing.
Oh yeah, you're right. Starting to fade. Zoom. As they put in there. And then all of a sudden, we see.
That is like a wall, a mountain of clouds.
Yeah, I don't know what to make out of that. It almost looks like a volcanic eruption.
Or like, you know, like when there's an avalanche and a huge pile of cloud of snow.
Yeah.
It's like that too.
Yeah. That's a really cool shot of it, though.
That's terrifying looking. Imagine just standing on the street, you see that.
We go over to the panel immediately below. Back to the present, Washington State, USA. We got this woman, number later. She says, the massive... Oh my god. I've never really been able to pronounce the name of like this type of cloud/storm.
Back in Washington State, USA.
Cumulonimbus storm system that sprang up over Japan is growing at a rapid pace.
I think it's cumulonimbus.
Like the M silent? Or no, Q. Okay.
It's cumulonimbus.
Okay. That storm, it may ride east on the jet stream and affect the weather in North America. According to the Weather Bureau, convection occurrence caused by repeated heat spikes. Right.
I wonder from where.
I was like, oop. Have
sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, those have combined with a tropical low pressure system in Japan's southwest to form an unprecedented enormous inferno cumulonimbus cloud.
Cumulonimbus.
I'm sorry, I'm very impatient with pronunciations. Cumulonimbus cloud.
There you go. Perfect.
Can the flap of butterflies wings in Brazil really bring about a hurricane in Texas? Is it the fate?
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. Is it the fate of our supernatural society, which began with a single glowing baby to descend into utter chaos? I mean, you can kind of look at it like that way. The power of a single man could change the world.
Meryl.
Yeah, I was gonna say Meryl. What's that? What's that? What's the ad living? Oh, hang on, I'll continue. I stand firmly opposed to the government's decision. No, the world's decision to pander to all for one. Cut to commercial break. Wow, she really just like dropped that.
It's like, cut the commercial break. We're gonna get canceled.
I know. Quick aside, there was a funny like fan sub of Team Rocket like having a podcast. It's Meowth going off about saying like Team Aqua was actually right.
Team Aqua was actually right.
That's what it reminded me of. Anyway. Let me see. Do you want to take this page?
You can take it. You only really read two.
Very well. I'll take that. In Japan, the Camino Ward. This is what Todoroki subdued Dabi. Well, that's what you thought, right? I mean, look at that. You see this? Bruh, this doesn't even look like fire. Like that panel just looks like rays of light.
Like the planet is exploding.
Yeah.
Looks like the core of the earth is coming out through the middle of the city.
We got Bird and she's saying, like, talk about firepower.
You can say that again.
Got Ida right here. It's like, even you will be burned by that. You must engage him again. You've already hit your limit with your phosphor move. Here's Todoroki.
Yeah, he's holding back Todoroki.
Yeah. We've all hit our limits and then some. And we gave it everything. And yet he's the only one still standing. And you see,
because he doesn't care about it. That's because he doesn't care if he falls to ash or not.
Yeah. The thing is that like he lost all nerves to feel anything. He bleeds with his tear ducts. That's how metal he is.
True. He is absolutely metal. All right, I got this then.
Okay.
We see just the would you say that's water we're looking at from the melted ice, or would you say that's just burnt ground?
I think that's just burnt ground. It almost looks like magma.
It does. We see Dabi just standing in the middle of all that. Even though I share our father's blood too, even though I share our father's blood too, only Toya is able to keep going. That's Todoroki saying that. We see the big fire X on Dabi's chest,
Yeah.
and he is just burnt to a crisp.
Mm-hmm.
We see this is Toya in his mind, I think. Dear old dads at Gunga, huh? Way too far away. They really screwed us, splitting us up with those portals. If I keep duking it out with Shoto in the hope of bringing Dad a parting gift. We see his hand starting to crumble apart. My body won't last.
Man. We already talked about how like he's already like dead, but his will to kind of keep going kind of holds him.
It's pure spite.
Mm-hmm.
This man is running on pure spite.
So it's going to go to a point where like his body can't even sustain that drive anymore.
His body can't even sustain all that spite anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We see he starts using his feet to blast himself off. He's trying to get away. We see he's wobbling. He can't really maintain it. And we see he's trying to fly over to our father. That's what Todoroki's saying, I think. And then we see Burnin. This goes way beyond powering through that. This goes way. Why am I struggling today? This goes way beyond powering through with that sheer will he's inherited. It doesn't make sense. I thought his body wasn't made for heat. How the hell is he not falling to pieces? Pure spite. We see Todoroki yelling to his brother Toya, "Get back here! I'm still on my feet. You want to kill me, right? Looks like you're the half-baked one now."
He's extra crispy. We're not even talking about hash brown. We're talking about like well beyond, going beyond.
Oh yeah, he's charcoal.
Mm.
We look back. We see Toya look back, and he says, "Ahem, Mr. Daddy Issues. I know I said no pestering, but I have fantastic news, bruh. You ain't no one to talk. You have major daddy issues.
Mm.
I would say even bigger daddy issues." I was gonna say, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? And you are black as charcoal right now. We see the portal. We see a portal opening up in front of Dobby. Apparently, you get to travel free of charge as he's going through the portal. Wait, I think I've got a fair idea of where he's going.
Yeah. Good timing.
On to you.
All right. We cut over to a UA High with Midoriya versus All For One. Literally, pieces are falling apart at this point.
It's a storm.
We talk about Manuel. We see Aizawa. We see Manoa. Oh my god. It's not Manoa. It's Monoma. There's O's there. Oh. The wind's really picking up. My control over the water is slipping, or might slip. Are you hanging in there? Says Aizawa. Monoma. This battle will go down in the history books, right? I'll make sure that the What's going on?
I said for sure it's going to go down in the history books. You're kind of in the the alpha and the omega of the fights right now.
The alpha and the omegas. I'll make sure that the Ministry of Education points out that we won because of me. In that cage, we got Edshot, Lemillion, Genus, and Midoriya fighting for all of us. I'd be a fool to whine about the measly need to blink.
Oof. As we see,
yeah, look,
Rocky just inflate.
He's inflate. I don't even know if that's part of his quirks or anything, and that just looks like he's getting. Well, it doesn't even matter. He's just getting beaten to bits here.
It was probably to remember because he had that big hole in his body.
So
it was probably the healing.
Got you. We got Super Saiyajin Deku over here.
Super Saiyajin Izuku.
But yeah, the experiences of one's youth determine the entirety of one's life. Not kind of wrong with that. Let me take these pages here. And more than anything else, I place faith in a person's emotions. As we get, whoa, yeah, this is a portal opening up, and you see Present Mike. And one of Shigaraki, one of Shigaraki's hands is also flying out here too.
You can see Kurogiri's eyes in the top corner.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that the first time I read it. I was like, oh yeah,
you've seen that now. And we got this kind of a cool shot of Aizawa kind of turning around, what the feeling.
He said,
Nani? The feelings he harbors for his friends after leading such a dark life. Cuts over to the Gunga Mountain Villa ruins. This is Endeavor versus All For One. You kept Kurogiri in the dark, so to help him take immediate action, I planted a micro device in one of Shimura's hands. Okay. I was gonna say,
he's you know him. He's always got something.
He got something. We have Endeavor, and above him are two portals opening up. Yes, Iguchi played his part.
And it's terrifying image of Dobby.
Dobby pops out head first, through the portal. He says, "Hey, Dad." And Endeavor's so tired. The only way we can,
he's I don't have the energy for this.
The only way that we as the readers can see a shock to his face is just by the the exclamation points.
Get ready to shit yourself in this next page.
What's more? Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I gonna see? Oh no!
She used it.
Oh no!
She used it. We're in trouble.
Oh no!
We are in so much trouble.
You want to take these last two then?
I got you. Oh, Hawks! As we see coming out of the portal, two Twices. This means, and one of them is holding something. I think this is to imply Toga has used Twice's blood and is now using Dead Man's Parade. And now as we go to the next page, or the Sad Man's Parade, my bad, Sad Man's Parade. And then we see, on the next page, we'll see All For One smiling, going, the death of that sad man, or the death of that sad man, gave rise to rancor in a young woman's heart. The man who would overrun the world to make good on his grudges gave that Femme Fatale just the tool she needed to bring ruin to all. Now, you've got a front row seat to Kami. Speaking to Hawks, time to learn how it might have turned out if you hadn't made his death your top priority back then. Then we see Hawks going, kill them right now!
Damn. Dude. You know, the fact is, like, Hawks kind of owed up to his apology. He did, like, straight up kill twice just like that because he knew of the threats. Even no matter how
he tried his damnedest to not.
Yeah, in spite of that, people kind of view that as like, oh man, you kind of fell from grace by just kind of going forward with that priority. And no, he understands that, he forgives that, and now
he accepted that. Like, he didn't want to do it, but he accepted it had to be done.
And the funny thing is, or at least it's perceived as funny to me, is that he understands this. He has to carry that burden with him as a hero forward into this fight. And he sees this, and it's on sight. Kill them right now.
Well, that's because he knows what it means.
Yeah, like
he knows how dangerous Bubby Gawara is. He is incredibly dangerous.
What's scary then is that Toga is fully committed to this. She has nothing to really lose. I mean, the only person that could possibly make it or possibly change is possibly just Deku or Araka, but you know that's already passed. So now she's fully committed. She'll try to be twice for as long as humanly possible. Try to do as much damage.
The only thing that could negate that is Aizawa right now or Monoma, but they have to focus on Shigaraki.
Right. And unfortunately, they're somewhere else. So,
and now the Kurogiri's back in action.
That really sucks. Kurogiri really was a huge key, and All For One knew that.
Come on, Shirakumo, I know you're still in there.
Well, hopefully you can help undo a lot of this stuff, but man.
That's like,
yeah.
I'm not sick. I'm holding out hope. I feel that Shirakumo is still in there.
I'm just really worried about, like, the whole Twice situation now.
Oh, I'm terrified of the Twice situation right now.
Also, I hope that Shoto could, like, jump over to that portal too.
Just blast off.
Because, I mean, it's as Zabi said, like, these flames are super intense. I won't last that long. And we have Endeavor here really, really exhausted.
He's really feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. And what's worse is the fact that All For One's still good, you know, for the time he has. He can still fight.
For what little time he has left.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, he's not going to survive this fight in that body.
Right. Or at least, I mean, he could probably do a lot of damage, possibly win, but he still ends up dying later on, no matter what.
Like, he knows that this is, for his original body, this is the end.
Mm-hmm.
When he activated that quirk, he knew there was no going back.
Yeah. Man, every single illustration they did for Dabi for this one is so intense. I can't imagine, like, yeah, like that level of detail just to try to, like, draw him and try to identify him.
How to identify him? Extra crispy.
Extra crispy.
Like, he really be looking crisp.
Man. I think the last thing on one is really back to that first page where it's Kurogiri, like, taking control, and you see that happening. You're like, oh, this really sucks.
It's a little crisp.
Just a little crisp. Looking like a Deku hand right now.
I mean, we saw the Shirakumo in him before, and then it faded out.
Yeah.
What I think that's just foreshadowing that he's still in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Shirakumo is by no means gone.
We'll see.
That's why I'm really hoping he will help.
I think it'll take a good couple chapters to focus on, like, Kurogiri, because now he's loose.
That'd be interesting if we get a chapter where it's like an internal struggle, and we just see, like, a battle between Kurogiri and Shirakumo.
That's gonna be a really like hard struggle. It takes the power of friendship on that one. I'll tell you that. I mean, they see I mean, like really, yeah. You see, Kurogiri is like popping in through that portal with Aizawa and Present Mike. So, I mean, Aizawa's kind of preoccupied at the moment, but it's one of those things where like it would kind of take him and Present Mike to like confront Kurogiri and see if they can like change his ways to kind of get Shirakumo back. So we'll see.
That'd be really. I just think it'd be really cool to see that actually happen, like an internal struggle. Like, and we see it like depicted in an actual fight between Kurogiri and Shirakumo.
Mm-hmm. And this is tough. Deku is kind of preoccupied still, and this amount of chaos is showing up right now. I think Kurogiri did a great job just kind of shaking up this a little bit more and possibly just extending out like this fight longer than
this roller
they initially had.
Like, this entire war has been a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. But with that, I think that's everything I want to talk about. I did just make it. I joked around a little bit. Probably previously before recording, because I'll say that the next chapter is another 2 weeks actually. So we will not be seeing something until I think it was like probably like around the 10th or 12th. To the 12th. I have to check the calendar just to make sure. Kind of close. More like the 11th. Probably the next time we'll see something. But yeah, I'm pretty much good here. Mark, was there anything you wanted to say?
Well, we'll see what happens next chapter, because holy shit, with that ending, it's gonna get rough.
Yeah. Kill them all.
Well, because he knows that, oh shit, if we do not do something like very quickly, we're fucked.
Yeah. Alrighty then. We'll call it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll hope to see you guys in 2 weeks when we will be covering 375. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll hope to see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. #bye, everyone.